right, I'm here. Now let's see.
Hello.
Okay, it is recording. Pause, stop recording. Yay. Okay. So thank you, Autumn, for joining. My team is Team Real Fitness, and my upline is Anita Myron from Inspire Empire. But I was in Punta Cana and heard you speak and was just completely motivated and inspired by you. Your programs have, I know, completely changed my life. I've lost 50 pounds from 21 Day Fix and Hammer and Chisel, and many of my coaches, same thing. Like, we have basically all started with your program, and I just thought it would be super awesome and such an honor if you could join us and just kind of talk with everybody. And
Of course, my pleasure. So thank you for having me on, and congratulations on all of your success. I always leave it up to you guys on how you want to do this. If you guys want to just open it up and start with questions, if you've talked already and you have an idea of some things you want me to talk about, it's your time. You guys got me for about 30-35 minutes. So whatever you want to talk about in that time, you tell me.
Okay. I did tell everybody to come with questions. So was there anybody who wanted to just go ahead and start? We can do Q&A first, and if you can start with their questions. Did anybody bring questions, like I said?
I did.
Okay, Amber, take the floor.
So I have a lot of nutrition questions.
Sure.
I live by the 21 Day Fix plan, and I know all my challengers they do too. So currently I'm pregnant. I'm coming up on 27 weeks.
Okay.
So before I got pregnant, when I was still losing weight, I was following plan A, eating plan A. And I'm I don't know what to do because I know I'm not supposed to be losing weight anymore. So I asked my doctor, how many calories do you think I should be consuming? Because then I could figure out which plan to put myself into. And she told me 2,000 calories or more, and I freaked out because that would be plan C, and I was in plan A, and I'm I literally lost 65 pounds with the 21 Day Fix, and then I got pregnant. So I was I am not eating in plan C. So what would you say to somebody who's pregnant and how to figure that out?
So, okay. Legally, I'm supposed to tell you to listen to your doctor.
Right.
That being said, I'm just going to sort of speak about it, and you can take my advice back to your doctor if you want and speak more about that.
Okay.
So what plan have you been eating in since you are 27 weeks already?
I did stay in A for a few months, probably till I was 4 months, and then I was hungry. So I'm okay, so I bumped it up to B. So I've been in B.
And how have you been feeling in B?
I feel great. I mean, I do find sometimes that I'm hungry, but not I don't know. I've always been a nighttime snacker, so that's when it comes,
Sure. So there's two things. One, we would have to say, are you really hungry or are you a nighttime snacker?
Right.
There's a little bit of a difference, right? Being actually hungry, I didn't fuel my body enough is different than I'm bored.
Right.
And it's nighttime and I'm sitting in front of the TV and I want something crunchy going in. So that there is a difference there. That being said, how tall are you?
5'2".
And how much did you weigh before you got pregnant, if you don't mind me asking?
140.
Okay. So here's the thing. The goal is never really to be, I'm going to back up. Let me start that sentence over because that's not accurate anymore. Actually, weight gain during pregnancy guidelines were actually changed about 10 years ago for a very specific reason. Not by fitness professionals, but by health professionals, doctors. Normally women were advised to gain between 20 and 30, sometimes 40 pounds. They would say that was very average for a pregnancy. Oh, you're going to gain between 20 and 30 pounds, and that's fine, and that sort of thing. And doctors had reduced the amount of weight gain that they were advising for women because, unfortunately, most people starting out when they get pregnant are already overweight. So those guidelines were so old from a time when we weren't facing an obesity epidemic and things like that, where women already had extra weight on them, that it was okay to be gaining that much because it was that much over 9 months. And, you know, the baby's anywhere between 7 and 8 pounds and the placenta's 2 to 3. And then you've got weight gain in your chest and you've got extra blood volume. And so that would sort of make up for it, right? Then they changed it and they said 15 to 20 pounds for the average woman. And that if somebody was overweight, they actually didn't necessarily need to gain any weight, but maybe more maintain.
Right.
So if you said to me you're 5'2" and you were at 140 pounds and you had just lost 65 pounds, that's fantastic. We don't want you in a weight loss zone, right? Because you're growing a baby and that's very important and it's incredibly stressful on the body. But you could be in more of a maintenance mode because here's why. A lot of people think I'm eating for 2. And that is not accurate because if you read the baby books and they're like, week 1, your baby's the size of the pin of the head, like the head of a pin, right? Well, that's not a person yet. That's the size of a pin. And then, you know, you're like 6 and 8 weeks in and they're like, your baby's the size of a blueberry. So on average, what I would always recommend to people that like everything I learned in all my certifications when I became postnatal certified was you're eating 200 to 300 calories more than what you would normally eat while you're pregnant. It really doesn't need to be much more than that until maybe closer to the end of the pregnancy when the baby's just about full grown and everything, all the organs are finishing developing. I don't ever want you to be starving. I don't ever want you to really be hungry because again, your body is doing really hard work and you need to listen to your body. So being in plan B, I think is probably a really realistic place for you right now. And if you find yourself hungry, you should eat. You should listen to your body for sure. You shouldn't say, I already ate all my containers for today. I'm just not going to eat because that's not good for you or for your baby, right? You still want your baby to be healthy, but then you need to make a healthy choice. So eat another serving of greens, eat another serving of fruits, eat another protein. Maybe it's not an extra yellow necessarily right away. Okay. You start with the fruit and the vegetable and the protein first, and then you go from there. And if you are sort of hungry at night or wanting to snack, I would definitely snack more on like crunchy vegetables if you can handle it, if it doesn't make you feel sick. So your doctor's not necessarily wrong. You are growing a baby, and on average, about, you know, if you're eating at the top end of plan B, you're almost at 2,000 calories, you're at 1,799. Right. And you are sometimes finding yourself still hungry. Yeah. But we don't need to jump out the gate and be like, you need 2,500 calories automatically. You know? So that's my long-winded answer. Does that help?
What about, it helped. What about with breastfeeding? Because I am going to try, obviously, I'm going to go back to losing weight.
Sure.
But I want to breastfeed, so I know that you burn more calories.
You definitely burn more. Is this your first baby?
My second baby.
Okay. Did you breastfeed the first baby?
No.
Okay. Because I was going to say, how did that go? Because some women will hold weight when they breastfeed and others will drop weight really fast. But on average, I just tell people, do your calculation, add 500 calories to it. Okay. And you should be in the right spot. But if you find that your milk supply is dropping or that you're starving, it's the same thing. Eat more veggies, eat more fruit, eat more protein, and then eat more carbs. So see how you feel. But that's a time, again, where I know you want to lose weight, and I'm not saying you wouldn't lose weight. But if breastfeeding is important to you, then the most important thing is to keep your supply up, but to do it in a really healthy manner. So following the container system is going to do it in a really healthy manner because your macros are still balanced and you're getting a good variety and you're eating fruits and vegetables and lean protein. So after you have the baby, I have a fly buzzing in my face. You guys see this? After you have the baby, you're going to weigh yourself. You're going to do your calculations based on what you weigh right then, not what you were before you got pregnant. Right. It's in whatever bracket it's going to put you in. You're going to add 500 calories to that, and that's the bracket you're going to follow, even if it's plan C and it feels very scary. You're going to start there and see how you progress and how you're feeling, if you're feeling too full, if you're feeling still hungry, how your milk supply is. And definitely speak with your doctor, and you can always throw questions up on social media and stuff like that, and we can always talk through it more.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my question real quick.
Yes.
So I have to bring this up because there is a huge, I guess we could call it a problem. Right before Punta Cana, there was this huge like thing that happened with a bunch of Beachbody coaches, like jumping MLMs and that whole like, ordeal. And that's what really hit me when you were talking, because you and Carl both like had such just like really strong points of view on it. And some of my coaches get into this kind of like very like discouragement, where it seems like they're trying to help people and they're trying to reach out, but then like people are maybe being negative back to them or ignoring them, or they just kind of get in this lull, like they think like, is this the right choice? Is this for me? Like, does this really work? And so I guess if you could just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot, and I have a lot of strong opinions on it. So there's a few things that, first of all, I think Beachbody is very different. Let me say that. And I think what we offer is very different. Okay. Yes. There's a million MLMs out there, first of all, you guys. And you hear Carl say it a lot. He doesn't really refer to us as multi-level marketing. He refers to us as multi-level helping. And I think that for anybody that really is a Beachbody coach that wants to be a successful Beachbody coach, you have to be so passionate about helping other people that when I see people jump ship and go from preaching the Beachbody life, right? Get up, do your workout every day, drink your shake every day, eat healthy every day, and then all of a sudden they jump ship one day and they're selling wine. To me, they were never a true Beachbody coach, and they were only in it for the money. And I'm not saying the money isn't there. The money is there. You see the coaches, they're all doing it. There's not one who's doing something different than you, right? So if you're so easily swayed to jump ship to go from health and fitness to selling wine, this probably isn't the business for you. It really isn't, because you're not really in it for the right reasons. You're really probably in it strictly as business, and you're not going to lead from the right place to help people, because you're only going to ever be thinking about the sale, and it can't be about that. The sale will come because there is an obesity epidemic, right? There's millions and millions of people that want to lose weight, that want to get in shape. We all know there's no magic pill. If there was a magic pill, we would all be out of a job, starting with Carl and then me and then all of you guys, because people would be buying this pill. And people are always looking for a quick fix and a quick answer to lose weight. That's why the weight loss industry is a multi-billion with a B dollar business. So there's no lack of people to help. Let's say that. There's absolutely no lack of people to help. So like I said, that's my first thought, is if you could be swayed to jump ship that quickly, then this probably isn't the right place for you anyways. As a coach, as a job. I'm not saying it's not the right place for you for your own health and fitness. I'm just saying as a job, it might not be the right fit, because you have to lead from your heart on this one, and you have to be patient, because there is so much of a mind game, for lack of a better word, that comes with people's fitness and their weight loss and their goals and their insecurities and what else is going on in their life, that it could take a while to get somebody to trust and to believe in the process and to buy in, for lack of a better word, to what we're doing, right? So you have to be patient, and you have to really want to help them and show them that you want to help them. That being said, like I said, there are a million multi-level marketing companies out there. There's tons of them. I don't think there's any shortage of wine, quite frankly, in my life. I can go to the grocery store and buy it, okay?
Touche.
I can go online and somebody can recommend a bunch of brands, and I can join wine clubs and da 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 da. So sure, you can jump ship and you can go over to the new thing, and it might make you money for a while. But again, you have to work a business. I don't care if it's wine, if it's books, if it's makeup. You have to be willing to work whatever business you choose, multi-level marketing or anything else. And then you also have to remember this. When you come into a new business, if you just graduated college and you were a writer and you went out to get a job, I don't think that graduating college, you would expect to make 6 figures within the first year of starting that new job. But for whatever reason, a lot of people come into this business and they see, yes, I'm not saying it can't be done with Beachbody. I've seen it done. I'm just saying it's not the norm. And it's not because somebody else is better than you or anything like that. You gotta work the business. And the more you work it, the more the success will come. And you have to be patient with the business. And you have to know that we're always gonna go through times, ups and downs, and that is normal for every business and every company out there. But when you see people posting and saying, Beachbody lost 100,000 coaches and they're not making money anymore, come see what I'm doing in this other multi-level marketing business. You have to recognize a little bit that there's a little bit of a weird, persuasive, scare you tactic going on there. That's not an accurate statement, okay? I'm not saying coaches didn't jump ship, they did, but not by any means, because Beachbody is suffering. We are doing just fine. If we weren't, like, you see us putting out more programs a year, that's not because we're suffering. If we were, we would be slowing down. We're not slowing down. So don't let the hype scare you into thinking that something bad is happening on our end, because it's not. If you heard the announcement that was made today that we're going into the UK in the fall, here's what I look at that as. That is a clean slate, even playing field for every coach there is. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're Melanie Mitchell, Lindsay Matway, Scotty Hobbs, or anybody else. I think that you, whoever you are, no matter what level of coach you are, you have just as much opportunity as they do. Yes, people in the UK watch us, but people in the UK are really watching people more like myself right now. Like they're looking, well, oh, I want to be able to do Autumn's program. I want to do Sagi's program. I want to do Sean's program. They sort of see what the coaches are doing, but they haven't latched on to those coaches yet because they don't have that opportunity yet. You have the opportunity to be making a name for yourself in that market at the exact same time that they do. You could start targeting the UK market. You could do posts directed at them. Guys, we're coming there in the fall. I'm so excited. Message me if you need. You could be saying and doing the exact same thing, and it is a totally even playing field. I don't think they have any more UK followers than any of us do. So look at that as a golden opportunity that's right around the corner, and right now you could be preparing yourself for that, getting ready to make that happen. Don't wait until we're there to start taking steps to get ready for it, because you're going to be behind the 8 ball. So that's really sort of my thought on that, is there's always going to be another company out there. You can work any multi-level marketing business that you want. The key is that you have to work it. So if you love this business, you love health and fitness, and you're passionate about it, and you work it, you will find success in it. You have to be patient, though, as well. You can't think that it just is supposed to happen overnight. Because if you do, it doesn't matter which company you go to, you'll constantly feel like you're failing because you're not giving it enough time.
Thank you.
Sure.
Does anybody else come with questions?
I have a question.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, Autumn. My name's Carrie.
Hi.
And I'm kind of a true testament to how the containers worked, because for years and years I was a gym rat, 2 to 3 hours in the gym, whatever, but I wasn't seeing results until I started with the containers. And then, I didn't lose as much as like some of the other girls, 50, 60 pounds or whatever. I lost 17. I went from a size 6 to a size 2.
Fantastic.
Thank you. And, I'm 5'2" or whatever. But with my job, I work in a nursing home with the elderly. And so I'm burning, on average, with my workout, about 2,000 calories a day, according to my Apple Watch. And so I'm supposed to be in plan A, but with burning that many calories, I've kind of bumped it up to plan B, because I don't really need to lose a lot of weight right now. I just need to tone it up.
Sure.
I mean, is there...
That would be exactly what I would tell you to do.
Okay.
Is that the formula in 21 Day Fix, the original one, was
I only did the extreme. I've never done the original.
Oh, well, okay. Well, so even in extreme, you see we give you a couple options to decide how active you are, right? So it depends on which one you use there. But again, when we're doing the formula, it's obvious, it's a scientific formula. It is what it is. But there's still things that we can't account for every single individual. So we sort of develop it for the masses, and it will work for the masses. But then there's going to be people with certain circumstances. If I'm 5'3" and a half and I weigh 109 pounds, and if I did my formula, it would tell me to eat bracket A too.
Yeah.
If I ate in bracket A, I would kill people. Like I would be starving all day long, and nobody would want to be around me. I eat at the top of bracket B, and if I'm really training hard, like more than 45 minutes to an hour a day, sometimes I end up teetering in C, playing around in C a little bit. So just know that's fine. You're very busy, you're active, you're on your feet. I would assume you're doing a lot of pushing wheelchairs, helping them up and down, and you're not looking to lose weight. That's the other thing that people forget, is that when you get to your goal weight where you want to maintain, basically, you need to use a maintenance formula. You don't want to stay at a calorie deficit. You want to come up to the maintenance formula, which is in the book. So use that, because that's important. Otherwise, you will actually start to slow your metabolism down because you've hit your goal weight, you've hit your set weight for your body, and you're still eating at a significant deficit. And so then your body's like, well, wait, I need to hold on to stuff because I need to maintain where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You made the right choice.
Autumn, would that be the same as like if you were plateauing? Do you think that you should go up to a plan B and then come down to A to go back and forth depending on your program?
There's certain things that I look for when somebody is plateauing. There's a couple of questions I start to ask. The first is, how long have you hit a plateau for? Because anywhere from 2 weeks upwards of 6 weeks can actually be very normal if you've just lost a significant amount of weight. So, I'm sorry, I'm still getting attacked by the fly. So even if, like, let's say I had it happen all the time when we're running test groups, like people would start a program with me and they would lose like 10 pounds in the first week. And in their mind, they thought they were going to lose 10 pounds again the next week because they were doing the exact same thing. And they'd get on the scale and have lost no weight. And they would get so discouraged. And I was like, no, you don't understand. For your body to let go of 10 pounds in 7 days, I don't care how much weight you have to lose. That's a shock to your system. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a shock to your system. Our body has deep-rooted knowledge in its genetics that says, wait, if I lose a certain amount of weight too fast, I might be in starvation mode. Something might be wrong. Let me slow this down and make sure I'm safe, right? So, and then it might stay there for a week or two and then go, oh, okay, we're okay. And it'll start to let go again. Or if you've lost 50 or 60, again, it might be a little bit of a shock to your system and be like, okay, I need to hold on for a second before I start to let go. So the first thing is, how long have you been at the plateau? The second question, and the second thing I tell people is 30 minutes a day of exercise really is the bare minimum. It's the bare minimum. We're busy. That's why the program's designed to be 30 minutes. We're busy. We've got a lot to get done. We want to get in and get out the door. But it really is the bare minimum. And if you think about the lifestyle that a lot of us lead, where we're sitting all day at computers and that sort of thing, if 30 minutes of really hard physical activity is all you're getting in a day, you could probably stand to get a little bit more. So if you're looking to break a plateau and you have even an extra 10 or 15 minutes in your day, you can put on a second workout. You don't have to even finish it. Like, I know we sort of get in the mindset of like, well, if I started, I should finish it. And so we're like, well, I don't have 30 minutes to finish it. But just doing an extra 10 minutes a day can help you break that plateau. I have people look at what they're eating from each of the food lists. Are you eating from the top 1/3 of the food list, or do you tend to dance around the bottom items of the food list? Because they go in a hierarchy. The best foods, the best quality are at the top, and as you get to the bottom, they're the not so great for you foods, but they're there because the whole point of the program is to not restrict you or not allow you to have anything. So if you're eating from sort of the middle and the bottom, try to switch it up and eat from the top. And then the one other question is, well, are you getting enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? Sleep hugely impacts our results. If you're tired, you're going to be producing cortisol. Cortisol is what makes you hold on to fat. So if you're getting less than 7 hours of sleep a night, you're going to slow your results down, and that can cause you to hit a plateau. And then, are you pushing hard enough in your workouts? Are you still getting sore ever? Are you still getting winded ever? If not, you either need to bump the weights up. And if doing that still isn't that much of a challenge for you, then it might be time to step it up to another program. So if you're in 21-day fix, it might be time to step it up to fix extreme, or to hammer and chisel, or 22-minute hardcore, whatever it is, something that's a little bit more challenging so that you can push yourself. It's not always that you're not eating enough food. That is one way of manipulating it to break a plateau, but it's not my first go-to, because I don't want people to automatically be like, oh my gosh, I get to eat more, and then not lose weight or potentially gain weight and think, well, now it doesn't work, when there's a lot of those other factors that could still be into play. So those, I would say, especially since hopefully this is recorded, you should go back and write those all down and use them as a checkpoint for yourself or for a challenger. If a challenger comes to you and says, I've hit a plateau, and sort of just slowly but surely go through the questions with them, talk it out. Remember, stress is a really big deal. If somebody's having a really stressful time in their life, they've got a sick parent, they've got an issue in their relationship, their kids are stressing them out, there's a money, like all of that stuff can slow down progress. So it's just important to really talk through those things and not let that stuff get pushed to the side. Because if that's going on, no amount of exercise or eating right is going to make 100% of the difference if the stress level is so high that they can't get it under control, because that's going to just wreak havoc on your hormones anyways. So I know that is a very long-winded answer to that, but that's kind of what you got to go through.
Yes. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left.
Yeah. Who else has a question?
Nobody? I have one.
Yeah.
So kind of,
I was gonna say I have a few more too.
kind of piggybacking off what Andrea said. So I've had some people, challengers in the past, like the first week or two, they actually gain weight and it freaks them out. And they swear, they're like, I'm following it to a T, but I've gained, 2 pounds. Did they really follow it? Or is that something that is possible, that they could gain some weight, not a lot, but some, and then drop later because of the body? Or
it's totally okay. Anytime somebody says that they've gained anything less than like 4 to 5 pounds, like if somebody says they've gained between 1 and 3 pounds in the first week, totally normal for a couple of reasons. Without knowing how they were eating before, I don't know how it's going to affect what they're eating now, right? So let's say they were eating like no food at all. They were sort of that, I had a cup of coffee for breakfast and then I ate lunch at 4 o'clock, and that's all I've eaten. And then all of a sudden I'm giving them all of this nutrient dense food. Their body gets super duper excited about all of that nutrient dense food. And it's like, gimme, 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 gimme. I need it. And so it holds on to it for a minute because it hasn't had it. And it's like, we need this. Our cells need this. And so it takes it all in, right? Which in a way is a really good thing because it's giving your body what it needs. But you might gain a pound or 2 from that because all of a sudden you've put more fuel in your body than it's been getting. And so it's excited and it holds on to it. As long as you continue to eat in that manner, it'll recognize that, oh, I'm getting this consistently, so now I can let go. Okay. The other thing that happens is whether or not they have been lifting weights in the past before they started the program. So if you've got a cardio junkie coming to you, meaning they only ever did cardio and body weight stuff and they never lifted weights, 1 to 2 pounds is entirely possible for water weight and blood volume when you start lifting weights. It's a metabolic response that happens where the blood volume in the body goes up a little bit and the water retention goes up a little bit. And so that can be what's happening there, that both of those things are going on. So I always tell them a pound or 2 does not make a difference in the first week. Get off the dang scale, Follow it, stick with it to a T, and let's see what happens in the next 3 or 4 days, and we'll make a judgment call based on that.
Okay, cool. And I hate to cut off now because I super appreciate you hopping on, but we have like less than a minute.
Of course.
So I wanted to say bye and thank you. This was
Thank
very.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Keep pushing hard. You guys are doing amazing, and I appreciate all that you guys do.
Thank you, Autumn.
Bye. Have a good night.
Have a good night.